Hello. Today our guest is the chairman of our Latvia chapter, Mr. Andreas Valkas. Welcome, Mr. Valkas.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the invitation.
You're very welcome. How do you think the IFBA, the International Friends of Bibliotheca Alexandrina, can best support the Bibliotheca Alexandrina going forward?
So first of all, I will say a couple words about our organization, because I'm very proud that it was officially, formally inaugurated with presence of Dr. Ismail Seragaldin, founding director emeritus of Library of Alexandria, and Madame Vaira Freiberga, former president of Latvia and president of Club of Madrid. And therefore, it is a real sign of our attitude or relation to Bibliotheca Alexandrina and also international friends. But we are relatively remote from Alexandria, from Mediterranean. Our neighbors are Scandinavians and Central European countries, but maybe only Norway is stressed more towards support of Library of Alexandria. I would like to add that not only Norway, but also Sweden is very active in collaboration many years with Library of Alexandria and Sweden part, and it's also important. And we are in Central Europe, maybe at this moment, a single country. But I would like to say that because of very strong cooperation with Faculty of Humanities in Latvian University, particularly with program Near East and the Center of Near East and North Africa Studies, we really are working currently on different directions on research regarding to Egypt pyramids or also antique Greek period in Alexandria, or even translation of Quran, which was main job of our former head of our branch, Uldis Berziņš, who passed recently, 24th of March. And according to these findings, we organizing so-called Alexandria readings regularly in our library, and so it is way how we promoting ideas in our country, and we can also, with our publications and some other measures, we can promote also in information world about Alexandria, also broader, not only in Latvia.
How can we get young people excited about Bibliotheca Alexandrina?
Yeah, it's remind me story of Dr. Seragaldin, who told me about turbulent times in spring 2011 in Alexandria, when for protection of Alexandria Library building, students organized a chain of people, human chain around the library, and it means that I believe that young people, students of universities, are vitally interested in this information source and in this space for information, delivering information for community. And we also are located, for instance, on knowledge, so-called knowledge mile. In our surrounding are three main universities of Riga, and we understand also how important it is to be in middle of youth, in middle of young generation, and therefore I strongly believe that this needs for studies and also research will be strong enough for also for this people for attending to library and requesting from us information and so support and services.
That's very good. Very good. Thank you. Will traditional libraries survive in the digital age?
Yeah, I can say yes. And you know, my opinion became even stronger during this COVID period, because during this pandemic situation in whole world, and we looked for solutions how to deal, how to survive in this very painful period. And libraries, at least in Latvia, National Library, survived very smoothly, and even more. We increased many new services, digital services, remote services, and our remote visitors became much more in this period of COVID virus, and all databases are used 2, 3, 4 times more than before that, and therefore I think that this digital age we should accept, and we could elaborate functions in terms of digital tools and so on. But I believe that our digital collections and our national, we're providing, for instance, national encyclopedia for Latvia on electronic database, and it is also used much more, 4 or 5 times more than it was before pandemic, and therefore pandemic somehow convincing me that libraries will find niche, will find their place in information world.
Wonderful, wonderful. On behalf of IFBA and Bibliotheca Alexandrina, I really want to thank you and the Latvian chapter for your continuous contribution and sharing with us ideas. We really appreciate that, and thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.